After 8 years of war, Aleppo is slowly emerging from the ruins. Brick by brick, workers rebuild the walls and pavements torn down in the fighting. And among the dust and the rubble, portraits of Bashar al-Assad. 2 years after the Syrian government retook control of the city, Mohammad returns to what's used to be his home.
We lived here on the second floor.
He fled Aleppo in 2013 after narrowly surviving an air raid.
One evening we heard mortars falling around us, and all of a sudden the whole neighborhood was up in flames. We didn't know where they were coming from and who was attacking who. And then all of a sudden the building collapsed. I was trapped, but they pulled me out of the rubble. All the other people in the building were killed. I had a 13-year-old son. He died. And my wife, she died too.
According to his neighbor, rebel leaders had moved into the building and were being targeted by the government.
They hit the building because there was an outlaw living on the first floor.
I don't want to know who won the war, and I couldn't care less. I'm mourning my family, and that's all there is.
He says he can't afford to rebuild his home, nor does he have the energy. Several years passed before he could face his fears and return to Aleppo. Only 2 years ago, this area was at the heart of the battlefields. The city's bazaar is slowly coming back to life. Once the largest indoor market in the world, a couple of stalls have reopened for business.
If you like it, I'll give you a good price.
This Syrian customer lives in Turkey.
I really want to spend money here because this money will help. We really need to clean it and forget it. We need to sleep as if we were sleeping and then we wake up again.
Abu Amar's family used to have over 30 stalls. They've all been destroyed, but he began rebuilding them a few months ago.
This is the state my shop was in. Completely wrecked. We looked for stones that were still in good shape to try and rebuild the shop, just as it was before.
But rebuilding Aleppo will be a difficult task.
Because of the war, thousands of young Syrians have settled abroad, and they won't come back until they're spared for military service. But they're the ones who must rebuild the country, not us at our age.
And although calm has returned in the ancient city, the war isn't over yet. Rebels still control areas in the outskirts, blocking the motorway that links Aleppo to the capital, Damascus.
Look, they're firing from over there. What's that noise?
Bombs.
It's like this every day.
We're used to it.
A dozen shots were fired.
See the building over there? That's the front line. There are armed groups just over there, down that street.
Walk down there and you're dead meat.
Why don't you leave this place? Where would we go? My house is here. My children are soldiers. I can't just leave.
This Frenchman has been living here for 5 years, providing families with medical supplies and watching over children.
I try to explain to them that when a bomb falls and it doesn't explode, they mustn't run after it and pick it up. Because that's what they do. They play with the bombs, they play football with them. They don't see the danger.
8 years of war, and the children of Aleppo continue to try to enjoy a normal life, despite the bullets and bombs that surround them.